Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. In today's world, it feels like everyone's on at least one dating app, right?
Yeah, tons of people. It's basically the norm now.
So we're diving into this piece called The Dating App Dilemma. Are we swiping our way to loneliness?
Interesting title.
Yeah. And, it kind of makes you wonder, like, we're using these apps to try to, find someone special, but are we actually, like, making ourselves lonelier in the process?
I see what you mean. There's definitely a bit of a paradox there.
Right. Like on the surface, dating apps seem amazing, right? You've got like a million potential dates all in your pocket.
Yeah, for sure.
But this article really gets into like the potential downsides, like how all that choice might actually be making us feel more isolated.
Yeah, the article really digs into that. And it starts by talking about, how dating apps kind of push these really surface level interactions.
Right.
You're just looking at a couple of pictures, maybe a short bio, and then boom, you're swiping.
Yeah. It's like judging a book by its cover times 1,000.
Exactly. And then, on top of that, you've got what they call this paradox of choice thing.
Never heard of that.
So basically, it's like when you have too many options, you can actually end up feeling less satisfied with whatever you choose.
Makes sense.
Because you're always thinking, like, what if there's someone better out there?
Oh, yeah, constantly.
And this actually applies to, like, way more than just dating apps.
Yeah.
It can happen with anything where you have, like, a ton of options.
Oh, I totally see that. Like choosing a new TV show to watch.
Exactly.
There are so many, it's like I'll spend hours just browsing and never actually watch anything.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing with dating apps, right? They can make it hard to settle down and, like, really invest in getting to know someone.
Yeah. You're always wondering if there's like a better match just to swipe away.
Exactly. And, real connection, it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes effort.
Yeah.
It takes vulnerability. But dating apps, they kind of encourage this, like, fast-paced, almost transactional approach.
Oh, yeah, the article talks about that, like how they make it feel more like a game than like a real search for connection.
Right, and you get those little dopamine hits every time you get a match or a like. It's almost
A
addictive.
slot machine almost.
Yeah, and that can be a problem because it makes you focus on the wrong things.
It's like you're chasing the feeling of getting a match rather than like actually trying to build a meaningful relationship.
And that's a big takeaway here. Like,
Yeah.
what are we really looking for? Are we looking for validation? Or are we looking for a real connection?
Right?
And the article suggests that focusing too much on that validation can make us feel even more disconnected in the long run.
It is kind of ironic, isn't it? You think that having more ways to meet people would make us less lonely, but
Yeah.
maybe it's actually the opposite. Like maybe the sheer quantity of interactions is actually making the quality of those interactions worse.
Exactly. And it's not just about how many people you can connect with, it's about how you connect. And the article really pushes us to consider that trade-off. Like, are we sacrificing genuine connection for convenience and quantity?
So essentially, it's like this big tension, right? Between the ease and the vastness of dating apps and the potential for shallowness and loneliness.
Right. The article really shines a light on that.
Yeah, it does. So, what do you think?
Well, I think the article makes some really good points.
Yeah.
And it definitely makes you think about your own experiences, right?
Yeah.
Like, has anyone else out there felt that kind of tension when using these apps?
Yeah, totally. Like, have you found that the ease of connecting online sometimes makes it harder to build meaningful relationships offline?
That's a good question.
And I think that's something we all need to think about.
Yeah.
Technology's amazing.
It is.
But at the end of the day, we still need genuine connection. And maybe we need to be more mindful about how we use these apps to make sure they're actually helping us find that connection,
Really good point.
not hindering it. All right, everyone, that is our deep dive for today. See you next time.
Catch you later.